Okay, after that bit of fun last time, I have fast-forwarded yet again, and now we're at our next map, and Levi has two short episodes here. One at the square and one at the church, I believe. So since we're on the square, we'll start there with him and Tee. I'm sure it'll be great. Is that? I walked around town and saw a girl happily skipping along. Normally, I wouldn't even talk to her, but after what happened yesterday, it would be strange if I didn't at least say hi. Hello, Tee.
Hiya! Jed!
It seemed like she was shocked, but she seemed to be in high spirits when I observed her earlier. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
No, that's not it.
But you're all red. And you're sweating a lot. Let me touch your cheek. I reached out to her forehead.
Hi.
Oh, you're a little feverish. Maybe you should go home and get some rest.
But I had to help brother with something.
Help with what?
Like decorations. There are things that even I can do. Oh, of course, I'll keep our promise and do this with the people of the Wolf.
She was keeping our promise from yesterday. That did make me happy, but I didn't want her to get sick over it. I'm thankful to you, but don't push yourself. There are plenty of opportunities to help until the day of the masquerade.
Yes. Jed, you're too kind. Oh, no, that's not it. Right now,
Oh, look what we have here.
It was Levi's voice. What was he doing here?
Ah! Were you peeping, you stray dog?
Careful. We just said we're going to call each other by name from now on. You can call me Master Levi if you like.
I would never. Are you right in the head?
Little chick's growing so fast. Pretty soon you'll be a fat hen.
Levi.
I won't. I am a falk. I will become a hawk.
I doubt you'll become a real hawk. I wonder if Levi knew why Tee was like this. Well, I mean, he's exactly the same around you, so probably? Levi, does Tee seem to be acting strange?
Well, that's... You didn't notice?
Hmm?
Oh, fine. I guess I'll tell you.
Levi put his face close to my ear to whisper a secret. It kinda tickled.
No! Don't tell him! Don't!
It's because she's fallen in love with you!
Ah!
He wasn't even whispering. He said it so loud that everyone around could hear. Tee? Fell in love? With me? Did I hear Levi right? I mean, Tee looked like she wanted out of this. No way. Why would Tee like me?
You were real manly yesterday. If she doesn't have much experience with men, of course she'd fall for you.
You really shouldn't joke about that stuff.
I'm not You know, you're real dense with these things.
Poor Levi and Tee. Tee is shaking like a leaf.
Come on, say it. I love you, Jed. Go on.
You jerk!
Blah!
A dull thud. Tee's right fist was buried into Levi's gut. That had to hurt. She could have aimed lower, honestly.
What the? Why?
How dare you! I will make you pay for this!
If Tee was that mad about it, could it be true? Tee, please calm down.
But the stray dog!
If you really do feel that way about me, even a little, I really appreciate it.
Huh?
Of course, I would never be able to respond to Tee's feelings for me.
I had to go help the others. Excuse me.
Hey, Tee! She swiftly ran off. I'm sure she would calm down eventually. I should talk to her soon. The wolves and the hawks had always been at each other's throats, but if we could get along like this, there'd be nothing better.
Damn it! Wait, you little chick!
It's your own fault for teasing a girl about her feelings like that.
It hurts so much I can't move. Jed, please, help me up.
I think you should stay right there and think about what you did. I left Levi squirming in pain and headed off elsewhere. Come on, Levi, you didn't like it when you were thrown under the bus, and then you had to do it to Tee. So rude. Alright, well, I'm gonna go to the church and talk to him again. Recently, I had been coming to the church every day that I came into town, and today was no exception. This time, other familiar faces were there. Levon, Levi.
Jed, what's the matter?
Is there something you want?
Well, sort of.
I hired him for a job. Good morning, Jed.
Good morning, Lawrence. Lawrence came out of the chapel and gave a short explanation. I think this is the first time I've run into Lawrence this route, actually.
Yes, Mother was saying it too. That you were looking for some sculpture the church owned. It's called Kaleidovia or something?
You still haven't found it?
Yes, well... So what are you two doing here?
There will be more people visiting for this year's masquerade, so we were talking about some plans.
If you don't find it, maybe no one will come.
That was right, but he said it so harshly. I was sure Levi didn't mean any harm.
Then why don't you help out?
What? Who are you?
He's Elric. He lives here at this church. Elric with blonde hair. Wasn't that...
Hey! It's you! You're the thieving kid that Jed was looking for!
I don't do that stuff now. Besides, you folks aren't helping much, which is why I'm stuck with cleaning up after him. You should be thankful.
I don't recall him ever offering help.
I see. Well, I guess we owe you our gratitude.
I'm not sure a brat like you can offer any kind of real help.
Probably more than you.
Haha! You're funny, cheeky little twerp.
Levi started mussing Elric's hair.
Hey, stop it! Levi, you were worse when you were his age. I guess birds of a feather flock together, you know. 2 of them. I don't even want to think about it.
Levon and Lawrence looked on with a gentle expression. Seemed like those two were similar too.
No, I'm much better than this little thing.
You gotta be kidding. I'm not like him at all. And stop touching my head.
The 4 of them were getting along just fine. I didn't particularly have any business here. I'd hate to interfere, so I decided to leave. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Alright, excellent. And that is gonna do it for this map, so... onwards I go, and I'll bring you guys back in a little later. Okay, so... made it to the next map, and Levi has 4 short episodes here. One of them, though, is locked. So I'm wondering if this is also a partially Lugus episode as well. I might need to get the hawk emblem a little early and then just try to avoid extra things until Lugus's turn. So with that being said, first let's do our interview question with Levi. If you could have one wish, Levi...
A wish? That would be for my family and the townspeople to have an easier life. Mother and Levon are trying to shape the town a certain way, and I want to help them achieve that. Yeah, I can't think of anything besides that.
Alright. And then, let's go to the antique shop. I'm gonna operate on the principle that we need that emblem a little early, so I'll get that. Alright. Thank you, old man. Let's take a look now. No. Okay, so I guess I bought it early for no reason. Now I gotta be really careful. What unlocks it, then? Do I have to... Maybe I have to do this first and then that unlocks? That would make sense. At least I have my list, my handy-dandy list thanks to Mara, so I know which episodes I need to do. Alright. Well, since Frenemies is new, I'm gonna do that one last. Let's start with the confession battle. That's always fun. Ugh. The seat. As I tried to see what's happening, I arrived at that table again. I remembered collapsing just from smelling the alcohol from before. Looking back, that was an embarrassing experience. I could only pray that everyone would forget about it as soon as possible. Huh? That's rare. I saw long, wavy, blonde hair swinging left and right. From what I could see of her from behind, I was sure it was Tee. What's she doing here? I suppose she's well protected, given her position. Most of the hawks would come to her aid if needed. I tapped her on the shoulder. It's rare to see you here, Tee. Did you come alone? Yeah? Huh? She screamed and turned bright red upon seeing me.
Jed!
What's wrong? Try calming down. Here, take a deep breath.
Yes!
No, do it more slowly.
Yeah. I'm sorry I surprised you.
Her complexion and the volume of her voice returned to normal. Though her ears were still red, she seemed to be able to speak again. No, it's all right. Was it bad for me to come talk to you?
Not at all! It's never a bad thing for you to talk to me, Jed. I was hoping to find you here.
Huh? Me? Tee turned red again.
Is it a bother for you?
No, it's all right. So, you wanted something from me?
Yes.
She nodded and kept her head down. Knowing how proud Tee was, I didn't expect her to have this sort of attitude. It was surprising, but it made me think she was cute. I have some time today. What do you need? She started to tremble and looked at me with wide eyes.
If you'd like, how about having some tea together?
Oh, right. It's bad if we don't order anything. Excuse me. I ordered some tea from the employee and turned to Tee while apologizing.
That's not what I meant. I just wanted to have tea, just the two of us, so we can talk.
Tee made a serious expression as she moved closer to me, but a jug of ale was thrown in between us. Mr. Steal Your Girl, or your boy in this case.
What's the little chick trying to fight about? I want to know.
Levi must have thought we were fighting. He brought a chair and sat right between Tee and me to keep us apart.
Him. We were not fighting. I was simply giving a proper greeting. Would you please make yourself scarce?
Jed, you on a break? Let's have a little chat. Alone, of course.
Hey! Are you listening to me? You're in the way!
Both of you. Levi tried to interrupt Tee's approach to me. In reply, Tee stood up and sat on my left side with her half-empty cup of tea in hand. Levi was to the right of me, Tee to my left, here I am. Could I say that I was surrounded by beautiful people? Maybe it wasn't entirely accurate. What does that mean?
We were talking about having tea alone. A stray dog shouldn't interfere. Now shoo!
I hear this annoying squawking coming from somewhere. Anyway, let's have a toast.
I thought dogs had good hearing. It seems like this mutt has dirt in his ears.
What? I don't speak bird. All I hear is something clucking at me.
I said I'm a hawk! You take that back!
Hey, do you remember about the promise? I spoke in a low voice, causing Levi and Tee to shut up and turn to me. You promised to get along until the masquerade. Are you two breaking that promise and fighting? No. They both turned pale and sat back down in their seats.
That's right. Well, I'm fine as long as you're not being bothered by her.
Of course. I would never break a promise.
That's good. Now let's have a toast. I urged them both and we clinked our glasses. Levi's mug of ale and Tee's and my teacups.
Huh. The tea seems to taste much better today. I'm glad to have enjoyed this with you.
You're really good at keeping people like her in check. It's like they like you for some reason.
Oh, of course Jed is likable. He's quite the gentleman, unlike a certain somebody here.
I'm sure you'd want to choose who likes you, though, when you have a little girl clinging to you.
I don't think I can enjoy good tea with you around.
I agree. My ale tastes like water now.
Maybe there's something wrong with your tongue.
I think it'll start to taste better once a certain somebody gets lost.
Were these two listening to me? I remained silent, caught in the middle. What can I do to make them get along? I know! I slammed my palm on the table. After Levi and Tee turned their attention to me, I made a declaration. It seems that you still need to fight to get it out of your system, so let's have a match.
A match?
Yes. Whether you win or lose, make that the end. And this is already the second battle, so I won't do another.
Fine by me. So, what are we betting?
You already know. The loser leaves. The winner gets to be with Jed.
I don't mind. But are you sure about that?
Of course!
I guess I'll be winning right away, so you should get ready to turn tail and run back home.
A hawk's tail can't be turned. The dog here will be the one leaving.
Well, if you two are okay with it. For the match itself, let's keep it peaceful.
I don't care how we fight, but I will show my passion for Jed.
Says you. You don't even know him that well.
That's not true! I'll prove it to you. I know all his good qualities.
Fine. If you want to talk big, then let's fight it out. You don't seem to understand just how long he and I have known each other.
What? What? The match already started without my agreement. I love this picture. It's so good.
Jed overcame the chasm between the hawks and wolves and saved me. I know of his kindness better than anyone.
Jed's always nice to everyone. Even if he fights with people over the small things, he never stops caring about them.
He drank that disgusting juice without so much as a frown during that drinking contest. He has a pure heart, a strong mind, and a robust body. These three things cannot be achieved without ample training.
He didn't train his heart and body. It's more like his tongue was trained. He's been eating Mother's horrible cooking without breaking a sweat. That's how awesome he is.
I don't think that's something to brag about. I was happy at how much these two were complimenting me, but this was embarrassing.
I have more. I've heard of Jed's reputation all around town. He helps the townspeople as a handyman, and he accepts every job wholeheartedly no matter how small the task is. He is the shining example of a laborer. I was so impressed upon hearing that.
It's the opposite. He's able to work as a handyman because the townspeople all like him. Otherwise, he wouldn't even have started as a handyman. I do agree that it's a job that wouldn't work unless he was doing it. There are times when he does more than he's asked. And instead of just saying hi to me, I wish he'd give me a little more attention.
Damn. I'm kind of happy he's acknowledging my work, but... Wait, what? Because they were yelling loudly, everyone in the tavern was looking at us. This is pretty embarrassing. Hey, how about we call it quits for today? I was about to get up from my seat, but that caused both of them to jump up.
But I know Jed the best out of anyone. This is what I've concluded after asking all around town. Everywhere.
Hey, if you're talking about Jed, it's weird that I'm not included. I know and feel for Jed more than anyone, and that's a fact!
You've got to be joking. I don't sense any sincerity from you. I'm absolutely serious.
What? You think I'm not serious? Are you blind or something? There's no one more sincere to Jed than me!
He's handsome, kind, and a little bit cute. I love that about him.
I think he's strong, kind, and always works so hard at everything. I love him more!
Well, at least he admitted that he loves Jed. Both of you! Thank you!
Huh?
What?
My cheeks were warm. It was too embarrassing to be complimented anymore. Come on. We're causing trouble for the tavern. The two of them finally noticed everyone's stares around them.
Oh my. Carry on. You warmed my heart with that confession of love.
The tavern employee took the empty jugs and left. After a long silence, both of them gradually turned red. Yep.
No, this is...
When I said I was serious,
They must be embarrassed now that they remembered what they said earlier. But I'm happy to know that you two think about me so much. I like both of you too. So let's all get along and...
Excuse me!
I think I need to get going too!
Huh? Wait, where are you guys going? Levi and Tee both vanished before I could continue. Weren't they both fighting over a seat next to me earlier? Seems like the match ended in a tie. This new memory here would be another thing I could feel both joy and embarrassment about. That's one of my favorite episodes. Alright, so that's done. Let's do least favorites. And then we'll get on to the new stuff. That'll be fun. Huh? It's rare for you two to both be at the church.
Hey, Jed. I came by because I had some business to take care nearby.
I was planning on returning home right after.
They were both standing at the other end of the chapel. Is there something there?
Well...
Right when Levon opened his mouth, the door opened and Elric popped out from behind it.
Over there! Catch him!
Gotcha!
There's no use running. Give it up! Ah! Let me go!
What's going on? Elric had jumped out right into Levi's and Levon's hands. There he goes. He was picked up, together with Rabbit, and taken to where Lawrence was.
Thank you. I knew this would happen. All that's left are the finishing touches, so bring them here. Hey! I'm not some luggage to be carried around!
You pretty much are luggage. You'd better eat more. You're so thin, you know.
If you stay picky about your food, you'll never grow up to be big and strong. Oh, you're here too. Sorry you had to see this.
It's fine. What's this, an apron? Lawrence came out from the back room and was wearing something different from usual.
I was cooking.
Oh, you wear things like that? It looks good on... My eyes stopped over at the side of his apron. I saw what appeared to be embroidery there. This is...
Lawrence, I think you got some lint on your... Oof!
I elbowed Levi in the side to prevent Lawrence from getting hurt by his comment.
Oh, this? I tried embroidering it myself. What do you think?
The man in question didn't appear to realize it at all. He just smiled and asked our opinions. Well, about that.
Come on, say it.
Puh!
I didn't know how to respond and just let my eyes wander. I then noticed Levon staring at the embroidery.
Is this a clover?
Huh? It's gotta be some green caterpillar. Oof!
I hit Levi in the side again. That's their whole relationship, just like beating on each other. Just like, shut up! Quiet you! Levon, you can tell.
Isn't it obvious? I was just stating what I saw. That's good. I think it turned out well if I do say so myself.
Maybe this is one of Levon's unexpected strengths. I shouldn't think too hard about it. At that moment, I heard Elric yell while being carried by Levi.
Enough with your chatting and just put me down! Puh!
Hey, hold still. I'll put you down after you eat.
No way! I told you not to put that thing into the stew!
If you keep saying that, your picky eating will never get fixed. Just try it out today.
No!
I see. So this aroma is from a stew.
I tried making some stew with mushrooms to help Elric fix his picky eating. I'm almost certain it will taste good.
Lawrence wiped his hands on his apron while smiling bashfully. He looked like a lovely wife in my eyes.
Just take one bite. One bite. You might just like it.
No way! You all have gross taste buds!
Levon, how does Mother's cooking taste?
Indescribable.
Okay, you're still fine. Anyway, that means I'm okay too.
Huh? I don't get you.
Just making sure their taste buds are still working. It's fine.
I know. Why don't you stay for the meal? I made a big pot of it, so there's enough to go around.
Oh, that's great. I'll gladly have some. I'm starting to get hungry after smelling it.
Levon, you didn't have lunch yet, right?
Yeah. Thank you for your offer. That's great. This will be one lively lunch.
Then you should be okay without me. I think I'll just slip out and...
Puh? Okay, Rabbit is with us. It'll be fun when everyone eats at the same time.
Puh! Come on, listen to me!
Oh, there's milk in the stew. I could see a big pot of stew bubbling on the stove in the kitchen.
Ah, the stew I make and the one the people of this town make are slightly different.
Oh, but it still looks good. Stew was usually made of potatoes, cabbage, celery, onions, lamb, and mixed with herbs, salt, and pepper. I personally would never be able to get all of those ingredients, so Lawrence was talking about the other townspeople. Lawrence's stew had similar ingredients, but there were also milk, bacon, and butter, giving it a rich aroma.
Hey, Elric, here's your favorite mushroom.
Ugh, fine. Just put me down.
Levi was still carrying Elric while showing him the inside of the pot.
I wanted to show you how it was bubbling.
Ew! There's so much of them. The mushrooms are all floating.
Come on, Levi. It's dangerous to play near fire. Lawrence, do you need to finish it up? I can help.
That'd be great. Would you mind taste testing for me? Here, open wide.
And Levon's day is ruined.
Ugh.
It's alright. I can do it myself.
It's just on the way. Here.
Okay. I opened my mouth and a spoonful of the gooey stew was put inside. It certainly was different from what I usually ate. It has a very gentle taste. I don't think you'll need to add much more salt and pepper.
I feel more confident when I hear that coming from you. Then I'll throw in just a tiny pinch and... Okay, that should do it.
Lawrence seemed to enjoy finishing up his cooking. Levon's and my eyes met as we stood next to each other. For some reason, he looked like he was frozen. What's the matter?
Levon, do you want to try? No, I'm fine.
There was something odd about the way he acted, but I decided to look back at the pot. What are you putting in it now?
Nutmeg. I read in a book that it would bring out the flavor. Here, give it a try again.
Yeah, it's good. It warms me up inside. We talked about seasoning as we ladled the stew into bowls.
Seems like you've got a cooking buddy now.
Lawrence only got better at cooking recently. Before that, all he could make was simple stuff like pancakes.
I told you I was sorry. That's why I studied recipe books, so that I could have you eat lots of different things.
That's a touching story. Now eat up, Elric.
Pa!
Damn it! Why are you all ganging up on me?
'Cause it's fun. Bread and stew lined the table as we all sat down. Our cheery lunch at the church began. This really warms up my stomach. I want to copy how you made this stew next time.
Go right ahead. It goes well with bread, too.
Onions, cabbage, potatoes, carrots, mushrooms, bacon. Because there were so many ingredients, there were so many colors. I wanted to try making this when I was able to get lots of vegetables.
It really rejuvenates a chilly body. And it tastes great.
Levon always says the same thing no matter what he eats.
Elric was eating bread, but he wasn't making any progress on the stew. I could see him picking at the mushrooms and pushing them aside. That's bad table manners, Elric.
I'll eat the vegetables.
That's not what I mean. Lawrence went through a lot of trouble to make that for you.
It's okay. Elric is a good kid, so he'll eat everything.
Ugh.
I don't think mushrooms taste that distinct. I'd understand if it were herbs, but mushrooms barely taste like anything.
No, it's not the taste I don't like. It's the texture. I don't like that squishy part of it.
Oh?
If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it.
Levi said something in Elric's defense while pushing a piece of bacon to the side. Levi, I can see that.
Oh, you can?
We're the grown-ups here. We have to set an example for him.
Blah. Why do I have to force myself to eat it?
Yeah, I can survive even if I didn't eat mushrooms.
What are you two saying? You have to eat everything that's served to you.
Then, Jed, I'll give you my bacon.
Then I'll give you my mushroom too.
It tastes so good. You two are so picky. I took away their plates while they tried to pawn off what they didn't like.
Hey! I'm not done eating!
Yeah, and the bread's got nothing to do with this.
I think you should go hungry until you want to eat it. Maybe then you'll appreciate it.
Calm down! I get it, all right.
If there's really nothing to eat but that, I'll give it a try.
That's exactly what I mean, you two!
Seems like it's working better than when I tell him. Why do we have to get into this kind of argument at our age? There are some people who just sit there and endure it quietly. Oh, really? Oh, I misspoke.
I don't think I picked up on that last time. Is Lawrence implying that Levon doesn't like something in the stew as well, and he's just enduring it? In the end, I gave back their bowls and watched over them to make sure they ate what they didn't like. It's one thing if we all had an excess of food, but that's not the case here. If you can eat even a single bite, eat it all.
He's the devil.
The devil's in the church.
Say what you want. Now open your mouths! They both refused to eat, so I scooped up the stew and shoved it into Levi's mouth.
Gah! This isn't fair! Ah!
If he was going to eat it so easily here, what was all that fighting before for?
Blah.
Good. Levi did it just fine. You're next, Elric.
I'm not going to do something kiddie like that.
You are a kid. Now say, ah!
Huh.
Pa!
you getting on my lap during a meal?
Ah!
I took that chance to shove it into his mouth. Elric begrudgingly chewed. I knew you two could do it.
Sometimes it's good to use some force.
I don't think it's a good idea to force people to eat.
You happily opened your mouth earlier. What are you talking about?
I ate it all. Are you happy now?
Of course. Good job, Elric.
Huh.
Puh, puh!
Eating a meal with a lot of people made it taste better. Eating all kinds of food while talking with all kinds of people was also fun. I did tend to nag whenever I saw people leaving food behind, though.
That was a fun meal. I hope we can do this again sometime.
Yes, I also agree. The warm cooking and the cheerful atmosphere warmed our bodies long after we went back outside.